Coach, you can go ahead.
Okay, first of all, I'm happy with our ninth win of the season. This game, we came out a little slow, which is uncharacteristic of us. At halftime, we really challenged our guys, and they went out and they finished like they should have. In the third quarter, we played very good football, and we put the team away defensively. Real proud of the 3 turnovers. We scored a touchdown on defense, which is always great, and then offensively, fairly balanced, but 300 yards rushing. And that's what we really need to do. And you got to give those guys credit. That's a very good coaching staff. They had a week off. They had their biggest win before that, and we knew that they were going to come out and give their best. And sandwiched between 2 #1 teams, that's a challenge. But I'm very happy with our group. We're getting the victory, setting ourselves up for the SEC West to play for the SEC West next week. Questions?
Gus, was the start let down from last week's game? Was there emotional high and drop?
I think you saw it. We didn't have that edge we had. We talked about it. We really had a good week of practice, but we went down there and scored, and I think they scored right there, and then had some. I don't know if we had a 3 and out, and they had a little bit of a drive, but. You got to give them credit. We didn't come out like we have probably the last 5 or 6 times to start the game, and but give them guys credit. And but every game is valuable from a coach's standpoint that you can learn from. And even though we didn't start out real fast, we got to halftime and came out and took care of business.
Does Cam Martin really spark the offense, in particular in the third quarter there? What did you feel about his performance in the second half?
I think you're exactly right. KJ was a little bit tired on one of those drives. I think we started backed up right there, and then we put him in there, and he was like fresh and just like a shot out of a cannon. And he's done a solid job for us, all year doing that. He protected the football and really gave us a boost when he came in.
About Javaris and Nick combining for those 2 guys specifically?
Yeah, Javaris, it's great to have him back healthy. He had a pick, it was a great play, and then of course he stripped the ball, that was a big play. Of course Nick Ruffin looked like an offensive player, and that was really nice. He broke about 4 or 5 tackles, and that was a big play in the game too.
Did you ever get a bad report injury-wise on any of the guys that left?
I don't think so. I've not really got any news, and usually if it's bad, I get it before now, and we'll see how that goes. But I would say right now that we're in decent shape.
Nick Ruffin, senior, making a big play for
Yeah, that was nice that Nick made a play right there. That was really nice. He broke on the ball, and we got a little bit of pressure on the quarterback. He made a great break, and then went down our sideline, followed his blocks, broke about 4 tackles, and it was really, really impressive.
Gus, your name has come up some in all the Coach Carousel talk. Is that something that you just ignore?
Yeah, you ignore it because one week you're getting fired, and the next week you're going to take another job, and I'm worried about the darn SEC West Championship. And so, yes, to answer your question.
2 drives over 90 yards for the offense. What's that kind of say about that unit?
We've done that, I guess, the last 2 weeks. We've had long drives, and it says a lot about the character of your offense and, watching that group grow. And you got to be able to run the football to be able to do that. And then you got to finish. And so, that's really something. And I think, our guys got a lot of confidence right now. When they're backed up, they got a confidence that we can take it. You can hear them in the huddle, hey, we're going to go 94, and they just got that mentality because they've done it numerous times.
Gus, now that you can look ahead to next week in the Iron Bowl, just what are your initial first thoughts of Alabama?
They're undefeated. They're the #1 team in the country. That's really probably the best way. I could answer that right now. I'll be able to answer that a little bit better probably after I get to Tuesday and watch a little bit more film.
It's just the magnitude of this one. This is you talked about before the year, kind of getting yourself to this point.
I told our group, I'm proud of our team. 4 weeks ago, if somebody would have said we're in this position, I don't think there's been a whole lot of people around the country that would have believed it. And our team has put herself in the position. We're playing the #1 team in the country again, on our home field again. Our crowd is second to none. They're going to be ready. Our players are going to be ready. Our coaches are going to be ready. And this is it's going to be a special game.
this week with no classes, does it become almost like a camp mentality again and kind
Yeah, I
of?
mean, you gotta be strategic, and, you know, we do have a plan that we'll try to get the most, you know, out of the week.
Did you notice Deshaun Davis having a good game today?
What's that?
Deshaun Davis looked like he had a really good game.
Yeah,
today.
I mean, he's all over the field. I mean, he's got great instincts, and, you know, he's one of our better players.
On the deep ball, to Slayton, the first one, he had it, but he faded it out a little bit. How tough a throw is that to give the space for the guy to get the ball?
Yeah, you know, you know, one time the guy was really deep, and then one time he was close, and, you know, it's, especially when they bail deep, throwing the ball, it's a challenge, you know, but that was a big one right there. I think probably the biggest drive was right before half, you know, when we were backed up, and Chip went 10 personnel and just threw the ball down the field and ended up scoring, and, you know, gave it a little bit of distance. I think we're up by 7 now.
Because this will only be the second time the Iron Bowl decides the SEC West and that both teams could win it. We were here in 13, there was no game in between, you were coming off the prayer turn here. How do you want your team to prepare after this game? What do you want them to do this first night into tomorrow to prepare for this game?
Yeah, you know, I want them to enjoy this and relax their bodies and mind, you know, today, and then be ready to go. And I know they will. They worked extremely hard to get to this point. That was their goal to begin with. We made that clear from the get-go, and so we'll be ready to go.
Anything else?
Daniel, I wanted to ask about him. He was very different kicking off today. Did he do anything different?
You know, last Saturday it was a little bit different. The wind was circulating. It usually doesn't in that stadium like that. But he had his leg back and he was drilling it pretty good.
All right, Coach.